The council chairman of Ayobo-Ipaja LCDA, Lukman Agbaje, since assuming office in July 2025, following the local government and local council development area elections, has hit the ground running with impactful initiatives across various sectors of the LCDA. People-oriented services have been delivered in works and infrastructure, healthcare, environmental management, education, economic empowerment and social welfare, information and communication technology, agriculture and food security, tourism, and community engagement. As part of activities marking its first 100 days in office, and to provide insight into the action of his administration, the chairman hosted an interactive session with members of the press. Responding to questions, Chairman Agbaje announced plans to commence a youth engagement series aimed at carefully selecting residents who will be trained in various vocational and profitable skills.
By the first quarter of this coming year, we have a series of youth engagements that secondary school leavers will be able to go for a training 3 months, 6 months, 18 weeks of series of handwork that they, even after they are able to get admission into secondary, the tertiary institution, that train that are being learned will be of help for them while they are in school. Here in Ayobo-Ipaja, we have sports centers, but officially it not belong to the LCDA. This sports center, the local government has already approached the state government to give us the total control of the centers. So when we have this in place, so it will enable us to train, to be able to train most of our youth in this area. The sports center is going to serve many things that I believe will be of benefit to the people of Ayobo-Ipaja LCDA.
He explained that he and his team toured the nooks and crannies of the municipality before assuming office to identify communities lacking road infrastructure, reiterating his commitment to ensuring residents do not regret and trusting him with their mandate.
What makes it more easier for this administration is that ever before we are even being voted, we have already go around and observe what we need, and this gives us opportunity and give us edge that as soon as we resume, because already we know what we are going to do, so we have already prepared ourselves. So immediately we swear in, so the tender board team headed by the first chairman roll into action, list out the roles and the works begun. So there's no magic in it. It's just that we know why we are here.
Chairman Agbaje also addressed issues surrounding environmental management, stressing that his administration has zero tolerance for unhealthy and unhygienic practices. He highlighted ongoing efforts to make proper waste disposal easier for residents, adding that violators will face appropriate consequences.
The Ayobo-Ipaja local government, we have been trying to say that all our environment is free from debt, especially on the median roads. So when we come in and we observe and discover that people are still putting their refuse at the media as a right to them, so we now set up a task force committee. We put a task force committee in a place, and before we do that, we've already called for stakeholders of all the people in Ayobo-Ipaja that this administration, they don't want debt, they don't want putting refuse indiscriminately. So we then make them to understand that the task force has been in place that is going to be arrest whoever that dump their refuse illegally. And this has been in action in the last 4 or 5 weeks now.
He further pledged his administration's commitment to provide essential materials for public primary schools in order to enhance educational outcomes.
From our own end, being the local government administration, so in terms of giving out board chalk, chairs, school bag, exercise book, uniform for the student, because when we said that we are intent to introduce any ICT form into primary schools, that means it's going to cut across the whole primary schools that we have in the local government.
The chairman also responded to questions regarding social welfare for vulnerable residents and the current state of healthcare delivery within the municipality.
In Ayobo-Ipaja LCDA, we have 7 public health centers, and out of the 7, we have 2 flagship. So the flagship means that they are running 24 hours, and apart the other one that they are not running 24 hours, we make sure that within that 12-14 hours that they are in operation, the doctor is always on ground. They have enough staff, and on our own little way, at every 7 health centers, we have our own pharmaceutical units, of which we are subsidizing drugs for the people of Ayobo-Ipaja, in the sense that after doctor attend to you and prescribe for you, and you take the paper to pharmaceutical units of the local government, the worth of the drugs that you might get from outside 15, 12, 13, you will get it in a reduced price.
Additionally, it discussed transformers recently distributed across wards in the municipality to improve access to stable electricity supply. In closing, Chairman Agbaje reaffirmed his determination to sustain the pace of progress, emphasizing that the first 100 days are only the foundation for a more impactful and community-centered administration.